the Trade Talk Showcase on Brownfield. I'm Amy Simpson, and we're here today with John Mishler with John Deere. Let's start off talking about John Deere AutoPath. You know, how can AutoPath precision ag application use data kind of collected in the first pass? That's what I was reading about. How can that help growers?
Yeah, so it's really interesting. What we think about with this is really this is one of those applications just released earlier this week, where data from the first in-field pass actually makes those machines doing work throughout the rest of the crop year in that field even smarter than they might otherwise be. So what that really means when we think about it is in that first in-field pass, we're actually collecting planted row data, geospatial row data. And that data then is pushed up to John Deere Operations Center, and it's then available for all of the rest of the in-field passes that year. So as an example, when we think about a sprayer coming to the field, traditionally, those operators have to count rows to figure out where to start or look for a wide, narrow guess row. But with AutoPath, a guidance plan for that entire field is created automatically for them. So no longer searching for those right rows, right places to start.
And that's pretty incredible that it's able to kind of collect it that quick and help growers make decisions. Why is that so important to have access to that?
So what it really does is a couple of major things. So again, when we think about a planting operation as an example, even though we have a golden AB line, you've heard it called that before probably, we think about that original guidance line, and farmers typically try to protect that throughout the crop year. But planters don't always follow precisely behind the tractor. And so by mapping those crop rows, the system now knows exactly where they are. So when it creates that guidance plan for the sprayer or for the combine during harvest, knowing exactly where that crop was planted makes it able to keep sprayer tires off of the crop between the rows, protecting yield. And then during harvest, when we think about a potential down crop situation like the Midwest derecha this year, not actually being able to even see those rows in a down crop, but with AutoPath actually knowing where those rows are, farmers were actually able to successfully harvest a crop they might not otherwise have been able to do.
And I think you're also talking about machine sync and the compatibility with John Deere. Tell me a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, so that's another thing that we just recently released is enhancements to our Gen 4 machine sync. We've had machine sync for a number of years, being able to synchronize grain cart speed and position with the combine to make unloading on the go even easier for customers. But with this release, we actually expanded the number of crops and machine types that are available to use with machine sync. So we think about like forage harvest as an example. And for those farmers that may be using a commodity cart for forage harvest pulled by a John Deere tractor, we can actually now coordinate, synchronize speed and position, and not just on the left side of the machine now, as was typical with Gen 4 machine sync, but now behind and on the right-hand side as well. So what that also does then is opens the opportunity for us to use it in even direct harvest crops like potatoes or onions, where the harvest equipment might be pulled with a John Deere piece of equipment, a tractor, as the commodity cart is as well. And so being able to actually coordinate that and synchronize unloading on the go, reducing the stress of harvest, making it easier for operators, letting people to use perhaps less skilled labor, or we all know days get long, people get tired, but with automation, we can actually overcome some of those things and continue to get high quality work executed.
And it sounds like, just having access to this technology is really aimed at helping growers do what they do and do it efficiently. Is that right?
Absolutely. That's really what automation is all about, is making sure that we can let farmers really focus more on job quality and focus less on those more rudimentary things like running SCVs, adjusting throttle speed, even turning around at the end of the field. So taking some of those tasks off of their hands, automating those so that they can really make sure that quality job work is getting done, be it harvest, planting, application.
And if people want to know more about any of that, where's a good place to send them?
Absolutely. Go to your local John Deere dealer. They're the local experts on all of our technology offerings as well as our equipment. Um, they're the experts in the field and would love to talk with anyone about learning more about these applications and demonstrating them to them.
And thank you so much. And that was John Mishler with John Deere. I'm Amy Simpson with Brownfield Ag News.